Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Soundmeister Will G, back at you with another sound enhancement test and showing you guys some tips and tricks on what we're going to do today. On today's video, I'm going to show you guys, if you are classical music lovers, how to adjust to get a nice optimum premium sound out of your music. And as always, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys some screenshot samples of some equalizer settings that you can use to tune your earbuds and your headphones with. So I hope that you guys can get that nice optimum sound out of your investment and you can enjoy and love the music that you're listening to. So without further ado, everybody, here we go. We're going to go into our first tune, and this is going to be without any sound enhancements at all. And I will let you guys know when I'm going to enhance the music. And I want you guys to pay special attention to the instruments that are being played. Certain instruments need to be brought out more than others to try to find that right balance. So hopefully you guys can hear the differences. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you like, what you didn't like. But this is going to be our first one for our classical tuning. Okay, we're going to start our enhancements now. Okay, now we're going to take it back into a flat mode so you can hear the difference. Okay, now we're going to move back into the enhanced mode. Listen for the instruments that are being played so you can adjust to know how to tune. Now, this particular song, there are a lot of emphasis on the strings. Now we're going to take it back to a flat mode. Slight difference in sound. Now it's enhanced. With this particular song, since a lot of emphasis is on the strings, we want to bring up the strings more toward the mid-range to high end to get a clear sound out of them. Now I'm going to take it back to a flat mode for you guys. Now I'm going to give you the classic mode that is in the settings on the equalizer that is preset. And as you can see, not really much difference in sound, but there is a slight difference. Now we're going to take it back to the enhanced mode that was originally set. Okay guys, so for this particular one right here, as you heard, the settings on this one, with some of the volume, you can hear it increase slightly. Some you could, some you couldn't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you guys another track that I believe, in my opinion, it has a lot of good energy to it. So what I want you guys to do is to listen to the song that is being played. Try to listen and see if you can distinguish all of the instruments that are played, because classical music, you have a multitude of instruments. From you have strings, you have the piano, you have the bass, you have the kettle drums, you have a whole variety. So the reason why I kind of take special emphasis on tuning classical music is because you can have anywhere from 5-6 different instruments up to having a whole entire orchestra. So right now what I want to do is I want to take you guys to another track, let you hear this one, and we're going to do some more tuning on this one just to give you guys a basis of what it should sound like. Okay, here we go. Now we're in the flat mode we're going to start off in, and then as we progress through the song, we're going to add our enhancements. So this track has been enhanced. Now I'm going to take it back to a flat mode so you can distinguish between the two. First, I need to set this. Okay, now we're going to take it to a flat mode. Okay, now we're going to add our enhancement again. We're going to let it run another time. flat mode for you all. Again, a slight decrease in the instruments that you hear. Okay, now we're going to go back and do another enhancement on it. Same one. Okay, now I'm going to change it up. Again, the classical one that they have pre-installed does not have the richness of actually setting it yourself, because you can go into each individual song and adjust those notes as you desire. Okay, guys, so I hope you were able to distinguish with these two tracks that I played, the first one and the second one. Now, the first one, it was okay, but what I really liked about the second one was that you can hear the rise and fall in the music. So what I want to do is show you guys just a couple of little things here. Again, with this particular equalizer that I use, it's a 12 band. So the graph and chart that I'm going to show you at the end, I'm going to put to the end of this video, are going to be for 12 band settings. So what I want to do is that I want you guys to, if you have your headphones or you have wireless earbuds, when you go back and listen to this, please have them in, so that way you'll be able to get the full effect and sound of the music. So what I want you guys to really do is to just say, okay, this is where I am with my sound right now. It sounds great. I don't really want to make any adjustments to it. But at the end, when you're listening to your music, you want to be able to feel everything that's coming out. For purposes of this video, I could not use certain songs that I wanted to use, but I will put those songs in the description that you can go back and you can download those songs for yourself, and you can make these adjustments, and you'll be able to tune those headphones and earbuds like you really, really want to get that optimal sound. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into another track, and I'm going to kind of play this one a little bit loud, and I'm going to do a totally different setting for classical, which in my opinion, after listening to my variety of headphones and earbuds, I think is a good setting. I'm going to actually go into one of my own personal headphone settings so you can hear. Then I'm going to go into one of my earbud settings so you can hear the difference. So right now, I'm going to give you the tuning first, and then I'm going to jump between my own personal settings for this particular song, okay? Here we go, everybody. in the enhanced mode. We're going to save this, and then we're going to go back and let you hear it in flat. Now I'm going to give it to you in a flat mode. Now we're going to come back in the enhanced mode. Okay, guys, I hope you were able to distinguish between the two. Now, once again, I have to say that every song has different highlights. Some songs will put emphasis on more on the piano. Some will put emphasis more on strings, violins, oboes, cellos. So, depending on the type of classical that you are listening to, whether it may be orchestra, which has more intense excitement to it, or just traditional classical such as this, you can pull out and tell what the songs are putting emphasis on due to the instrumentations that you're hearing. So right now what I want to do is I'm going to back this up again for you guys, and I'm going to put this in one of my own personal settings that I use for a pair of my earbuds, and I want you guys to hear the difference between that and me taking the sound going flat. Okay, here we go. Right now I'm using my B&W Pi 8 classical setting. As you can see, it's different from the other settings that I have used. Okay, we're going to take it to a flat mode right now. Now we're going back to my B&W setting. Now I'm going to give you my B&W PI7S2 setting so you can hear and also see. I hope you were paying attention to the graphs, the way they were set. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this start from the beginning. I'm going to take you to the B&W Pi S7 setting so you can hear. Now I'm going to take you to the flat mode. Now back to the BMW Paillard 7 classical mode. Now I'm going to take you to the preset classical mode so you can hear the difference. Okay, going back to the preset that I saved for the classical 3, sample 3. Okay, I hope you guys were able to distinguish between the two variations in the sound. Again, like I said, when it comes to classical music, there are many emphasis that are put on the different types that you listen to, such as a certain orchestra, for example, may have a certain song out, which I'm not going to name any right now, but they have a lot of emphasis on the violins and the cellos. There are other ones that have different emphasis on other types of instruments that they play. So again, classical music is one of those types of music that I really try to, in my opinion, be very, very meticulous as to the way I tune it, because when you have your earbuds and your headphones in, it's going to sound different from what you're hearing right now. Hopefully this will give you as close a sound as you can possibly get. But again, in my opinion, like I said, classical music is one of those things like jazz where you can get into fine tuning. Or if you just really don't care about how you listen to it, you just put it in and play it. That's your thing. I get it. Play it flat, which in some instances with certain songs really does not sound bad. There's another tune I want to play for you guys before I wrap this up that I think you guys might really, I guess, kind of get the feel of what I'm saying about when instruments are how should I say, highlighted. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this next one before I wrap it up, because I want you guys to really hear the difference between all of these songs if you were able to. If not, go back, watch the video again, listen to it with your earbuds and your headphones in so that you can make the distinguishing sounds between all the instruments that are being played, you know, what emphasis is put on what instrument. And also, to a lot of times with certain classical music, you can, how should I say this? The enhancement settings will look very, very strange on some songs. Other songs, it will mimic, say, a jazz track or R&B track in certain instances. But for the most part, this is what it is with classical music. It's just that it's classical. So you want to be very, very choosy and very picky as to how you listen to it so you can get everything out of the music that you're trying to get. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back and set this up flat, and I'm going to give you this other track right here, and I want you to hear and put emphasis on the strings in the song. Okay, here we go, everybody. So right now I'm going to enhance this slowly. play this in a flat mode so you can hear the difference. Now we're going back to our enhanced preset. Okay, we're going to take it again from the very beginning. Now I want you to hear it in the flat mode. Now for the enhanced. Now I'm going to put this in my B&W PI8 Contemporary Classical so you can hear the difference. Very subtle changes. Wow. Again, everybody, like I said, when you're listening to this, you know, when you have your settings on and everything, you have to take into consideration headphones and earbuds will sound different when you're playing music. And no matter what you're listening to, it will give you a slightly different sound, which I'm going to get into something about headphones and earbuds in another video. But I was asked a question that I got. What is this? Okay. Why do I always adjust in tune from the right side instead of the left? Well, the reason why I always start tuning from the right and not the left is, depending on the type of music that I'm listening to, I bring out the more richer sounds, which in my opinion are the mids and highs first. Once I bring out my mids and my highs, then I'm able to go back and adjust my music to what I may like. Now, in certain instances, certain songs may not require a lot of low end, whereas some do. So for me, what I have learned was throughout the years from people who've been doing this that are probably gone on right now, that are no longer around, they always told me, they said, you start from the right and you work your way left, because you can bring out the sounds of the music while the music is being played. So if I can, guys, I want to give you just one quick sample before I go, and I want you guys to see exactly what I mean. So if I can just give you guys a quick sample, because I know sometimes it's kind of, well, what do you mean going from left to right, right to left? What difference does it make? It makes a big difference when you're tuning, because you know exactly how much you need to put on the end of a song. So for example, right now I'm going to bring up this one right here. It's a waltz. I'm going to back this song up and I'm going to play this for you guys, and I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to take the volume up high and I'm going to do the enhancements a little bit higher than I normally do, So I want you guys to see this and listen, and I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. Okay, guys? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm starting from right to left. So as I just listen to the strings that you hear. Now I'm going to take it to a flat mode. Now I want to take it to the classical mode that's already preset in the enhancer. Now I'm going to take it back to my preset that I originally did. Now I want you to hear it with everything turned off. Wow. Now, we're going to bring it back and we're going to turn it back on. Okay, everybody. I hope that you were able to just get a little snippet into how to get a nice, good setting and tuning on your classical music. I hope that I was able to bring you guys some good information today on it. There's a lot more that I could get into from a technical standpoint, but when you're dealing with music is one of those things like, it's just like sand. There's so many tiny, intricate pieces to it, but just overall, for that novice person who wants a nice sound, again, I always tell people, I always recommend, when you buy earbuds, wireless headphones, invest your money well in what you purchase. Once you make that purchase, of course, you download that app from the manufacturer for those headphones or earbuds, and then you get that nice equalizer or enhancer. Personally, I prefer enhancer, and you play around with it. Again, the more bands you have, the more frequency you can use to really get that fine-tune adjustment. And once you find that nice sweet spot that you like, that's where you leave it. So all music, again, is completely different. Some things look the same, but they will sound different. Again, headphones and wireless earbuds have a different sound, but they both still sound great. So depending on what you use, what your purchase is, guys, shop wisely, invest your money in something that you know you're gonna love. And I want you guys to enjoy the music, sit back, relax. And I hope that this video gave you some information. I'll put some things at the end of the video for you guys that you can use when you're listening to your own music, whether it's R&B, rock and roll, jazz, classical, hip hop, trap music, it doesn't really matter. But once again, I am the Sound Meister, Will G. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening, and I'll see you again on the next round.